Hello, everyone. It is me, Derek, coming from my breakfast room, saying hello to you. Today is day 14 of my journey, and I have, come a really, really long way. I'm very, very happy the way that I'm going. I'm very thankful for this journey. This journey, even though it's only day 14, it has really brought some great things in my life, things that are coming up in the future that I can't wait to tell you about. But it's been up, and I cannot lie if I can't tell you that it's been down. For me, I I have been doing I've been drinking more water. Finally, I've been sticking to my diet. I've been trying to do my best to do as much exercise as I can. I know, like I said, once I get my CPAP, it'll boost my energy levels up, and I will be able to do a lot more exercising. But there is something that my doctor, Dr. Clark, always talks about. If I'm losing all of the weight that I plan on losing, if I'm really serious about it, I have to not only lose, my body weight, but I have to lose the weight in between the weight. And my, if you remember in the very, very first video, my very first video, I told you that I was going to talk about losing the weight in between the weight. And in order for me to do that, I have to, be honest, and I have to, you know, I have to say what I feel in these videos. The videos are really going to help me, years later when, if I feel like I can't maintain my new body, because it's going to happen. I'm going to have a brand new body. But if I can't, feel like I can't maintain it, or things are just getting in the way, I want to look back at these videos and say that, you did it before. You never want to go back to that old Derek. And so, I want to talk to you tonight. This is my positive corner. I want to talk to you about exactly something that has plagued my life for probably, I want to say maybe since the 5th grade that I can think of. Is going back all the way to the 5th grade. I never had a father around. I just didn't have my father around. He was, he always lived by me closely, or he was, somewhat around, but 24/7, I never had that. The only male figure that I ever had around myself was my grandfather, who I lived with for ever since I was a little boy to about 11 years old when he passed. Um, Everything that I know about a man is from, what my mom tells me, or my grandmother tells me, or, my pastor, who is my cousin, or, I'll see some of the men in my family. I'll see them, how they treat their wives, and, how they treat their children, and how they love them, and, how they can have a career and also have a family, and, the balance and what it really takes to be a man. My mom can teach me so many different things, and my grandmother as well, but I know deep down inside, I wish that I had a man that really took the time out and said, look, DJ, your father is not where you want him to be, and, I'm going to take on that role for you. I didn't really have that. I had some men to do it, but to literally do everything with, as far as, just going on trips, or just whenever I need to talk to somebody, I really didn't feel that comfortable with that person, just simply because I didn't live with them, or, I wasn't around them as much as, I had hoped to be. And I don't ever want to put my father down. I love my father. I had to literally go to a place of silent prayer, basically, and meditate and really focus on, he couldn't do what he could do for me because he was going through his own journey. And a lot of young men, they fought their dads and their fathers for not being in their lives because it's all about them, which I completely can understand. However, if your father or your dad is not where he needs to be in his life, how can he train you? How can he help you? And I had to come to that place in my life, and now, I can truly say my relationship with my father is very strong. It's much stronger than it has been in the past, and I only can hope to get closer to him, and I know that he loves me and I love him, and I just know that it can only go up from here. For me, I have been plagued with something my whole life, it seems like, and I'm trying not to cry because it hurts. It hurts. Words hurt, and I need people to understand that don't judge a book by its cover. Don't look at someone and say, oh, she's that, he's that, just because of the way that they might talk or they might sound or they might walk or their mannerisms aren't what you feel is ideal for someone to be. I remember being in love with the Spice Girls when I was a little boy. I loved the Spice Girls. I thought that they were cute. I thought that they were fun. I was young and I just wanted to dance. I've always been a dancer my whole life. So they made, music that really got me up and made me dance. And I remember very young, I was, their song came on when I was in school. Their song came on, one of their songs, and I just started dancing. And I literally, was just having fun at, being in the 5th grade. And in the middle of me dancing, I heard a little boy or a girl, scream out faggot. And I didn't know what that word meant. Had no idea what that word meant. And I just kept going. I just kept going. And, once I got to the 6th grade, I moved to schools. I moved from one school district to another. I moved back to my grandmother's house after my grandfather passed. And it seemed like once I moved, everything changed. And I literally felt trapped. I felt like I was becoming someone that I had no idea who I was becoming. I did not have my own thoughts. I did not have my own ideas. I just did not have any type of mind of my own. I let other people influence me all through middle school and then some in high school. When there was an episode in my life in 7th grade where everyone just would call me gay. Like, everyone would call me gay. And they didn't ask me, was I gay? They would just assume because I was effeminate. Being raised by my mom and my grandmother, it happens. If you don't have a male figure to look at and remind yourself of who you need to act like, I picked up on some of those things. You pick up on those things. And I picked up on some of my mom's traits and some of my grandmother's traits. And there was a day that I was in gym class, and we went outside on the track, and At that time, I had started to gain a lot of weight because a lot of people were calling me names that I had never heard in my life. I had never heard these people curse like this. I had never heard young people curse like that, and I was just like, what is this? I don't know what to do. So I started eating. I started, my grades started to fail. I was an AB honor roll student in elementary school. As soon as I got to sixth grade, my grades dropped tremendously. And it was, I was bullied pretty much every single day. And I just tried to laugh it off just because, that's the only thing that I could do. But in seventh grade, I was in gym class and I was standing outside on the bleachers, and out of nowhere, this guy, this one of my classmates, he comes and pulls my pants down, and all you can see is my underwear, and everyone is pointing, laughing at me, and I start to run because I was so embarrassed, and him and another guy were pulling my shorts as I was running, and my shorts started to tear, and it was really, really, it was frightening because nothing like that had ever happened to me before. I had never gotten into an altercation like that before, and they started pulling me my shirt, and they started calling me faggots and gay boy and he, she, and they started spitting on me. It was about 3 or 4 of them, including girls, and they started spitting on me like I was inhuman. And it was one of the worst things I had ever experienced in my life, and that happened in the 7th grade, and things like that, they tarnish you. They make you feel inadequate. It makes you feel like a very, very small person. Like, things like that doesn't happen to just everyone. And so, I got out of that situation, and I pretty much battled so many people each and every day up until, I can't even think how long it lasted as far as school was concerned. It got to the point where people would ask me, am I gay? Are you gay? I'm talking about family members, people at my school, kids at my school, teachers, the people at church. It was like something that plagued me. Imagine, you trying to live your life, and people are looking at you, and all they see is what they want to see. All they see is, he's gay. Not really looking at the person inside, just looking at the person outside, saying, he's a flame or whatever. It's extremely hard to go day to day and not let it plague you. Once I got older, I thought it would go away. I did. I would pray so hard that would go away, that people, would think that I was gay. Not saying that there's anything wrong with being gay. If that's your life, you live your life. However, for me, I'm not gay. I never have been gay. I never wanted to be gay. Never, thought about any of that. None of that is not in my vision. However, people kept trying to place it in me, or people kept trying to, say that I was trying to make me feel like, I'm doubting myself. I hate that. They'll say, "Are you sure? Are you sure you're not gay?" Is it something you want to tell me? And where everyone loves to start off, it's always the same thing every time. It's DJ, can I ask you a personal question? And me being a nice person, I allow it. And next thing I know is that question. Have you ever thought about being gay, or are you gay, or gay, just gay, 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 gay? It's like, it's painful. It's painful to go through life knowing that you're not something that a whole bunch of people say or think about you. It's horrible. Stop it. Stop judging people by the book. Just because something doesn't add. My iPad keeps cutting off, sorry. But if something does not, if it doesn't look like what you want it to look like, don't judge it, because you never know what that person is going through or has gone through. But like I said, as I got older, I thought that it would go away. It actually got worse. I've had girlfriends before. I've had girlfriends all the way since 14, 13, 14 years old. And so it was never, those girls that I dated, some of them were not what I tended to want to date, but they were willing to date me. And so I just allowed it. I basically settled for those relationships just because I could always say, hey, I got a girlfriend, And sometimes, that's not a good thing, because that turns into greed. That turns into, oh, I'm using you, and I never want to do that. I love my girlfriend Lynette, who I'm with now. She's, really, really sweet. And, although, every relationship is difficult, I see the good. She brings the good out of me a lot of the time. And so I'm just thankful for her now. However, when we first started dating, before we even dated, I could tell you so many different stories about how, people have just thought that I was gay. But Lynette, we met in class and at our job, and we don't work together, but we work for the same company. And we met in class, and it was just something about her. I just knew that she was the one, like, in my head, that I was going to be with. And she just reminded me of just so many different women that I have dealt with, and they were all good characteristics. And so I was like, God, I'm going to be with her. And I just knew I was going to be with her. So one day I approached her and I said, can we go out sometime? And we had, text back and forth or talk to each other on the phone. But our first quote unquote date was at, we had pizza. We went to a little pizza joint, and she asked me, she said, I want to ask you a question. And I said, okay. And then she said, it's a personal question. And as soon as she said that, now this is my girlfriend now, this is the same chick. Before she even opened up her mouth, I shut down. Because imagine you're a dude, fellas. You're a dude. You're trying to get with this girl. You're trying to get her to become your girlfriend. And she thinks, you already know what you're not blinded by, you're blinded by this. You think everything is good, you think everything is cool. And then you're blinded by her saying these words, are you gay? It broke me in half. Out of so many times of, putting myself out there, this one was probably one of the worst times that I had ever heard those words. And it broke me to where I couldn't even talk to her. And all I could say was no, or if she asked me another question, yes, or if another question, no, whatever. I could only say yes or no. And I was broken for, I want to say, a good 3 or 4 days. And what ended up happening, I actually wrote a letter on Facebook that basically gave me so much freedom of the word gay and being associated with that word. You know, it basically liberated me from all of the negativity, all of that, just heartache of family members and church members and friends and colleagues, thinking or speculating that I'm something that I'm not. And a lot of people will say, well, don't worry what people say. Yeah, it's hard to say that when you've been living for 26 years now, almost 27 years, and for most of those years you've been accused of something that you're not, and it seems like you have to defend yourself constantly to someone or a group of people. It's ridiculous. I love Beyonce. People automatically, oh, he loved Beyonce. Oh, I love Beyonce for so many different reasons. Do I want to be Beyonce? No. Do I want to act like Beyonce? No. Do I want to dress like her? No. I almost cursed. No. But what I love is what I love. I'm only human. I'm only myself. I'm me. I had to literally write out my feelings in order for me to forgive Lynette. And once Lynette, me and her really talked about it, and I asked her, I said, what made you think that I was gay? And she said, well, to be honest, I didn't think you were gay until I went to your Instagram and saw all your Beyonce stuff, and I was like, oh, this is suspect behavior. And so I had to then break it down to her then. And I understand I do some stuff that is questionable, but that's who I am. This is, I'm a Gemini. I'm creative. And so I literally had to just, have a conversation with her. And, we've been together since November 2013, and it's now April 2015, so we're doing pretty good, I think. But people are people. People are going to be mean. People are going to be, they're going to have hatred in their heart. A lot of people want to be me, and I know that. They wish that they could have the type of life that I have, because I do have a blessed life. I know that I'm highly favored. I know that I, have, someone watching over me 24/7, and I don't do drugs. I'm not addicted to anything but food and shopping. Love to shop. But, nothing that is addictive that I can't change. I can change those things, and I'm so happy that I get to expose myself in this way, because I feel like I can just breathe now. I feel like, no matter what may come my way, hell or high water, I'm starting to step into my destiny. And in order for me to step into my destiny, like I said, I have to get rid of the weight in between the weight. And this conversation is very, very emotional for me. Like I said, I could go on and on about how many times, I just wanted to just say, whatever. But I know that I have a purpose. I know that I have a higher calling, and people are going to be mad at it. So I know this video is really, really long, and I apologize for it, but I had to get that off of my chest, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that is watching this. Please comment. Please let me know how you feel about the video, especially this video. This video is probably one of the most difficult videos that I probably will ever share with you all. Please like the TNT Journey on Facebook. Please, again, like the videos. Share them if you know someone who is going through kind of what I'm going through, or am going with what I'm going through. Please, share the videos with them. Be a testimony in their lives. I hope that I can be a blessing in your life as you are a blessing in my life. And I thank you so much for watching. God bless you. And day 15, I pray and hope that it is a better day than today. See you guys tomorrow.